Hello everyone, I'm Nidarshan and I'm excited to present our midterm capstone project, QueryMind, Conversational AI for Data Processing to Dashboards. This project is part of a collaboration with 99P Labs, Honda Research Institute USA, where we work under the guidance of Rajiv Chechar and our mentors Ryan Lingo and Martin Arroyo. Meet our team Clarity. This team involves myself, Nidarshan, Saket, Anujanal, Shrikar, Manish, and Vinil Raipat. So to go on the agenda, we'll be discussing about the introduction, proposed solution, ideation phase, progress, and challenges and takeaways, and also we'll be discussing about the future work of the project. Let's begin. So to give an introduction, data-driven decision making is a critical component of modern businesses. Yet, many organizations struggle with handling large and complex data sets. The key challenges for this maybe are basically manual data cleaning, which is basically time consuming and also error prone process. And extracting insights from large data sets involves requiring significant technical expertise. Also, to make the stakeholders understand about the dataset, we need technical experts to create dashboards and visualizations. In order to bridge this gap, we are developing an AI powered platform that automates data processing, data analysis, and also the visualization. Our platform aims to act as a data science assistant capable of transforming raw data into actionable insights without any technical expertise. The solution which we are proposing is to create an end-to-end automation where it streamlines the data pre-processing and visualization task using AI-powered workflows. So for the testing purposes, we are using datasets which comprises of automobile records, sales data, supply chain metrics, and also customer insights. All these datasets were taken from open source such as Kaggle and DataGov. To talk about the tech stack, for the LLMs part, we will be running it locally using with the help of Olama. And for testing purposes, we are using Groq API as it has lots of models and also for applies fast inferences. For the final project purposes, we'll be using OpenAI's 4O mini model to create an end-to-end and perfect answer providing solution. For the frameworks which we'll be using in this project, we'll be using LangChain and Python and also Streamlit in order to create a proper UI, which is very easy with low code. So the ideation phase, which involves our team, we thought we can split up into two teams where one team focuses on data pre-processing and also the cleaning, and the other team focuses on data visualization and code generation. So to talk about the data pre-processing workflow, here for testing purposes, we focus on datasets. To talk about the data pre-processing workflow, the user uploads a CSV dataset which passes through a structured pipeline wherein it determines the appropriate pre-processing steps. So for the initial models such as for the initial purposes, we use models such as Mixtral, Falcon in local using Olam. But as the results weren't satisfying, we started using GPT-4o Mini, which provides significantly better outputs. The LLM analyzes the dataset, identifies inconsistency, and automatically suggests and applies cleaning transformations. So, as you can see in the screenshot, once the dataset is uploaded, it automatically suggests you the cleaning steps which needs to be done. And also, based on the user need, you can also customize what kind of pre-processing step which you need to do. And the LLM generates the code for it, and a preview of the final data, clean dataset is given. This can be downloaded as a CSV file. This is the intermediate result which has been generated by the data pre-processing team. Coming to the data visualization and code generation part. So for the data visualization and code generation part, we would be following a response and act, a React agent architecture. So what it does basically is a user gives a prompt, let's say a query, it goes and hits a node where the node checks for the node checks and it pushes on to a conditional edge where it decides whether to use a tool for the answer or to give a summarized output. If the tool is used, it goes and hits again the LLM, and based on the response from the tool, the LLM decides whether to redefine the answer or to generate an answer based on the response. So this is response and action architecture. So for code generation half, we have used Python REPL for interpreter, and also for data science libraries, we used Pandas, Scikit-learn. For data visualization, we used Plotly in order to generate the visualizations. Next, we would be seeing the demo of the project. For the recording purposes and to showcase the UI, I have used Gradio application to run the code. So This is the UI, so you can able to see an upload dataset part where you can upload your dataset, and once you're uploaded with the dataset, you can process the files. So let's say I'm uploading data sample dataset. So once it is done, I process the upload file, so I am able to see the first 10 major rows and columns of all the attributes which are present in the dataset. Now, so once this is done, I'm processing the dataset. So let's go and see how the chat assistant works. So this is the UI for the chat assistant. So as you can see, there is a chat interface, and this chat interface model uses Gemma LLM, Google's LLM, for generating, giving you a conversational AI feel. So let's say, so I start with checking if the model works. So let's say here, you can see the model replies. So let's say, so once this command is given, you are able to see the output which is derived from the model. So the summary of the entire columns are present over here, and a description of the summary is also present. So as you can see, the average age for the current age column is 45, and it ranges from 18 to 101 years old. So apart from this, you're able to see all the other details from the dataset. For example, for the per capita income, you're able to see the average per capita income amount, which is $29,270. So this shows us the working of the summarization. So let's say if it can explain what are the columns which are present. So based on this, you can see that it shows analysis on income distribution across different ages can be performed, explore the relationship between credit score and levels can be done. So let's say, so as you can see, I gave a prompt, use a query saying that whether it can produce a histogram or not. And the model has performed. It shows the code which it has generated and also the visualization of the current age columns. So this is how the chatbot works. And to show a little more, let's ask the model to show which columns can be used to perform PCA. So as you can see, we are able to see that these columns can be used to perform PCA. Now let's see if it can generate the code for PCA. So let's say I'm taking columns current age, I'm taking retirement age and birth year column. So based on this, the model has performed and generated the code for PCA. It has performed PCA and shows you the first principal five values for the principal component 1 and principal component 2. And you can see there is the visualization for PCA which the model has performed. So it shows us the principal component 1 and 2 and the plots of and the points which are distributed across. So this is how the model works. So coming to the third part, the visualization dashboard half. We are currently working on the interactive dashboard that allows users to select visualization types based on their needs and also customize graph properties and to fine tune the insights. So here we can see two examples of a bar chart and also a box plot where the user has the leverage to change the x-axis and y-axis and also select what type of chart they want to execute. So based on this, we'll be designing a dashboard which allows an interactive feel and also an easy chat interface to change the graphs. The main challenges and takeaway which we faced were including once the pre-processing step was done, the clean dataset was not retained after execution, leading to data loss. So to address this, implementing a persistent session storage ensures data availability across the executions. Next, AI generated graphs did not always align with user expectations. So it required improving query optimization techniques for more accurate visualizations. Additionally, open source model face token limit constraints impacting their performance. So to address this, efficient prompt engineering techniques and model fine tuning can help optimize their utilization. To talk about the future work, we aim to fully automate the workflow, allowing users to upload raw data and receive clean datasets with interactive dashboards without manual interventions. So, enhancing the LLM capabilities will also improve its understanding of complex data relationships for more accurate and pre processing. Next, we will also be implementing user centric customization, feedback driven refinements to tailor outputs based on user preferences. So with this, we have completed almost 70% of the workflow. So in the final presentation, we will showcase the complete data science assistant model enabling non technical stakeholders to extract insights effortlessly. Thank you.